Hello everyone and welcome back guys to my Gran Turismo Sport Road to Rank S, where today we're here for my very first Manufacturers Cup race. Now I did sort of announce this back in episode 7 in the, what was it called now? The Nations Cup race even, if I do recall correctly, saying that I would be running with Audi this sort of mini-series on the whole. I sort of want to change it up, you know, each series I do, you know, I'm not going to just fix to one, you know, just Lamborghini every single time. I do enjoy the Group 4 car, but the Group 3 car was, well, in all honesty, not very fun to drive on the whole. But yeah, today we're here around the Austrian, well, the Red Bull Ring, the Austrian, obviously, Grand Prix circuit as well. I'm not such a fan of those trophies, as I'm sure my facial expression probably makes very clear there. But yeah, hopefully, obviously, you guys do go on to enjoy this video as well. Make sure you like and subscribe to my second channel as well. Obviously, if this is your first time seeing any of my videos, I do have an F1 channel as well with nearly 10,000 subscribers. But qualifying for this one would actually be very, very good for myself. We managed to get up into P2, which I will certainly take. Only less than 2/10 off pole. My lap wasn't actually particularly good either, so I really felt I had a good chance of winning this race. But yeah, hopefully, you know, it's a long race ahead of us. You know, potentially a lot of people could be very crazy on the road. We're actually up against Auto Freak 2000 again here. I noticed him from the other race we did. You know, it looks like we're back up against him once more in these races. So hopefully, obviously, I don't think I really had too much action around him last time. So hopefully he's still a clean driver if I do end up near him on the road. But in terms of the Group 3 racing, obviously very close. Obviously very popular as well on Gran Turismo Sport. Means a lot of people are very competitive here. You can see the top 10 all separated by less than 1 second here, I think, yeah. And then you can see it slowly sort of drops back right the way through the rest of the field here. We got, I think it's a full 20-car grid for this, but in quite a nice variation of cars in all honesty. You can see we got Porsches, we got Mitsubishis, we got Mercedes, we got VWs, we've got Lamborghinis, we've got Audis, we got Chevrolet, one of the Corvettes, we've got Dodge, as you can see, so Subaru as well further down the order. So very mixed up, obviously really good to see. You know, these races do get very mixed up on the whole in terms of there isn't just one OP car that everyone sorts to go with. People do like to change up quite a bit on the whole here. But here we are then getting right down towards the rear of the field now at last, and obviously hoping we get up to a nice clean race here. Starting on the inside, obviously, for turn 1 here. The final guy in a Subaru as we come right now. Finally we can get ready for this race here on the grid. Ready for my first ever Manufacturers Cup race in the Audi R8. Obviously a nice whopping V10 in this car, so obviously hoping we get off to quite a good little race on the whole. But here we are then on the grid. Once again, it will be a standing start here, but it's 5 lights here in the Red Bull Ring, and it's lights out, and away we finally get going there. Actually get up to a very good start relative to the Corvette alongside me then, because it moves up straight into the lead of this race as we come now down in towards turn 1 here. One of the, I think that was a Ferrari there, goes for a very late lunge up my inside in towards turn 1. We do lose a bit of sportsmanship rating from that, having to run a little bit wide in evasive action here. But now coming up towards the top of the hill, you can see we've got a nice little start for ourselves here, breaking now down up at the top of the hill here. And one of the Chevrolets is just going to dive it up my inside there and then completely pump me off the road on the exit, which is very nice of him. Can't thank him enough for that one. They're going to shove me out wide, and it's going to mean we're going to lose a good couple of places there. Once to the Ferrari and then one to the Chevrolet as well here. But, you know, it's not all over just yet. We've got still plenty of time. He's trying to look back to the outside of the pair of them here. A little bit of contact, I think, made with the Chevrolet once more here, and he's going to try and squeeze me out wide on the exit. But we are going to be able to hook it up right around the outside here, up in towards what we have the inside for their next corner here. Are we going to be able to hold on? Yes, we do it now. We need to try and get back past this Ferrari as well here. Reclaim the lead of this race here as we come through turn 4 and turn 5 here. Obviously, I still like to use the old numbering system around the Austrian Grand Prix circuit. Of course, turn 2 isn't turn 3 or whatever like that. You know, it's very annoying. We have a look at the inside of the Ferrari through the final couple of corners here. He runs a little bit wide on the exit, which is pretty much going to mean we're all going to be even Stevens as we come through the final corner there. Almost lose the back end on the exit of the final turn now. And now the Ferrari is really trying to break the toe as we move on to lap 2 of this race here. So we need to try and keep within the slipstream there. That Ferrari very quick down the straight through turn 1. We are going to be able to take quite a nice bit of curve there, and the Ferrari is going to completely cock it up on the exit of the corner here. We're now going to be able to retake the lead of this race here, which I will certainly take as we come up towards the top of the hill once more. You can see we've got a good half-second gap to the Chevrolet and the Ferrari behind me here. Run a little bit wide in towards the corner there, but then the Chevrolet has run even wider than me and taken me out of this race. So twice there, he has gone and rammed into the back of me here. And I said this in the Nations Cup race that, well, the Spaniard back in that race wasn't particularly good, but this Chevrolet driver is just as bad there. Unfortunately, the Mitsubishi gives me knocks down my sportsmanship rating even more there. So we're going to be lucky if we're going to be able to keep it up at S at this stage of the race here. We're coming through the next couple of corners here. Now, you know, we're all the way down to P7 of this race. We do really need to try and, you know, focus back into a rhythm here. The Mitsubishis are going to be fighting all around me here. Up around the outside. No, we're not going to be able to make that work. Unfortunately, on the exit, actually might be able to. He has given me the room, and we do make it work in the end there. That one even took me by surprise on the exit of turn 5 there. You know, able to make that work. Around the outside, it moved to the inside there, and he was actually clean and respectful there. We think about having a sniff up the inside of this other Mitsubishi through the final corner there. Unfortunately, lose the back end ever so slightly on the exit of the final turn. It's going to give the Mitsubishi behind me a very good run in towards turn 1 here. We're just trying to keep in the slipstream, not go for some weird blocking on him. Breaking them down in towards turn 1 though. We will have the inside line. Nothing we're going to be able to really do there. As you can see, that Frenchman is just going to completely track extend turn 1 here, which, if I'm not mistaken, doesn't actually award you a penalty whatsoever there. Now, obviously, I'm not for cheating here. You know, I race, you know, I'm not doing this competitively, so I sort of just race cleanly and have the way I want to. But now breaking up towards the hairpin once more here. Do actually get the car slowed down this time fairly tidily there. The Mitsubishi is, though, going to be able to move up into P6 of this race once more here. So safe to say, it hasn't been a particularly good start to this race. You know, we're not able to make progress in the early stages of this race, which I'm really frustrated with. If we think about having a look up the inside in towards the next corner, I think better of it here as we come now out in towards this double left-hander even once more here. Are we going to be able to have a look to the outside? Yes, we do. We lunge it very late on the brakes here. Hopefully going to be able to pinch him on the inside. And yes, we do make that move work right around his outside there. He's going to try and keep the nose in through the next corner there. We do give him a little bit of a squeeze on the curb there, but we do move up once again right around his outside there. Unfortunately, there was even more sportsmanship rating for that one. Not really too sure why, but, you know, we'll sort of gloss over that once more here as we now come through the final couple of corners here, all over the back of the cheating Frenchman here as we come through the final corner there. Clip the sausage curve actually quite nicely there. Usually that one really does hurt you here. But out of the final corner, we're going to try and look up the inside of this Mitsubishi. The Audi definitely has the legs over it. Down the straight here, breaking now down in towards the one there. He's going to run very late, and, well, once again, not going to be able to keep it in between the white lines there. Hopefully, you know, Gran Turismo sort this out. It's not meant to be just run wide around every corner that you feel like on Gran Turismo Sport. You know, we'll gloss over that, continue on with the racing here. Still all over the back of the Frenchman as we come to the top of the hill there. The Chevrolet, once again, is just trying to go for absolutely ridiculous moves on the top of the hill here. We're going to try and get a good run on the exit of the corner here. He's going to try and tuck into the slipstream, but we're not going to give him the option to the inside. We're going to be 3 wide down in towards the next corner here. Are we going to be able to make this work? The Chevrolet brakes very late on the outside there, nearly bins it himself there on the exit of the corner there, and we do make it work. Now back up into P4 of this race here, so it's certainly not all over just yet here. Skipping through the final couple of corners though, and just look at the tyres. They're already starting to go in this car here, and this is something that I really wish, you know, I'd done a bit more practice on GTSport up to this point, because unfortunately I didn't realise that you can actually sort of alter the brake pressure, so obviously you can alter the brake bias even, which massively reduces the tyre wear on different tyres here, which I really wish I'd done there. Just seen through turn 1, losing the back end ever so slightly. The Corvette will be able to move once again up my inside here, but we sort of gloss on all the way to the end of lap 5 here. We'd come for my first of 2 pit stops of the day. Fuel, we will be able to take it right the way through to the very end of this race, but tyres, we were probably going to have to try and gamble on a 2-stop tragedy here, which wasn't really what I wanted to try and go for, but, you know, we'll sort of have to gloss over that at the moment there. Exit the pit lane, as you can see, all the way down in P16. Pick up a slow down penalty there, not really too sure why, and lose even more sportsmanship rating here, not really too sure why that all occurred, but, you know, we'll sort of gloss over that, try and get rid of that. And honestly, over the next few laps, it sort of just got very quiet for myself. After making our second pit stop, we sort of find ourselves all the way up in P13 once more. Now, this guy was trying to have a sniff up my inside on the exit of the corner. We give him a little bit of flash of the lights, and he did the same back, so obviously both fairly happy with that. And unfortunately, I clip the curb on the exit of the next corner and do a bit of an exploring Austria, as it appears. Clip the wall there through the next corner, and well, honestly, I just wanted this race to be over at this stage of the day. The tyres on this Audi really do just go. I need to learn how to manage the tyres as well, though. We will come back out onto the track all the way down in P15 here, and then by the end of the race, that would be where we'd come through at the finish then. Not the race I wanted on the whole. Second all the way down to P15 was certainly not the race I wanted there. But hopefully, you know, you guys have enjoyed this video nonetheless. Make sure you do like and subscribe if you're new around here and you want to see more of my Gran Turismo Road to Rank S. And hopefully, I will see you guys next time for a brand new video.